Good evening, everyone. I hope you all have had a pretty good week. Going to be going over what occurred in the market today. Today is Thursday, December 8th, getting into that time of year where things are starting to get wacky with the holiday season. So, if you're out there shopping, traveling, all types of things, hope you're being safe. Um, and if you're trading the markets, hope you're being safe in the market using stops. With that being said, let's review what happened today, right? Let's go over. First off, let's go over what I was talking about yesterday, right? Let's back it up here. Let's focus on just this price action here in the daily. Uh, so yesterday we had an inside day, basically meaning we traded inside the previous day's price range, right? Previous day's price range was from the low at 39.2150 to the high at 4,550. So that was the whole range. And then we traded yesterday inside the lower distribution of that price. So that price range, the lower distribution was where the single prints start, right? This is where our supply area was, or where long positions kind of got liquidated and or trapped if they were trying to buy. So right in here, we're going to color that bad boy red to show that there's supply potential sellers in that area, right? That's what we'd be looking for if we came back up to that area. So yesterday we were pre-rotational all day long inside the lower distribution of the price range. So where the single print started at 39.66.75 up here, where this orange line is at, right? To the day's low at 39.2150, we just traded inside that range as yesterday's high and low were 39.6150 and a low down here at 39.2425. So we never took out the high nor the low of the previous day. And I said yesterday that if we opened up inside of uh, this range, still in the lower distribution, if we opened up above M period, above this 13 wide POC, we'd pull back and have a good opportunity to trade at that 13 wide POC. Or if we traded below the 13 wide POC and we didn't take out the day's low, then you'd probably come up and trade at this 13 wide point of control. Perfect POC, 39.3850, this yellow line here. Well, that's exactly what we did in A period. We opened up where I have my cursor at right now at 39.55, right? We opened up right there. We pulled back, got down to that 13 wide POC, and then bounced all the way back up. An absolutely insane move, pretty decent size range in A period, 28 points. And when I'm referring to these time frames like A, B, C, D, all I'm referring to is a 30-minute time frame. They're labeled in the market profile world to have a instead of me saying, oh, this 30-minute time frame, and then this 30-minute time, the second 30-minute time frame went up, and then this third 30-minute time frame went up, and then the fourth 30-minute time frame went down, taking out the second and the third time frames lows, but not the first time. We just label it A, B, C, or A through M, right? That's how we label it in the profile world. A period B as the first time frame, B period being the second, and so on and so forth. So uh, in A period, the first 30 minutes of the day, we opened up, pulled back to that 13 wide POC, found the bid, and we began to rotate back up to this single prints where the supply area was, right? And I said if we had enough demand, then we would look to fill this supply area. So after A period, we closed near the highs, and then B period popped A, running some stops here, and then finally getting above the lower distribution high from the other day, and then eventually attempting to fill the set of single prints or where the supply area was. So sellers dried up in this area as buyers came in and shorts, anybody that was selling here, they had to buy back those shares, right? So they had to buy it back, and that's what caused us to fill the set of single prints. We didn't get much further We filled the set of single prints, and it's very mechanical. It's crazy how mechanical the market is. That's why it's so important to understand intraday levels like this. Having intraday levels on your chart like this, if you're a day trader, helps you know where you could potentially find sellers or supply, or if you're pulling back an area where you might find demand, things of that nature, right? So like for in A period, for example, we pulled all the way back to 37.75. That 13 wide POC was at 38.50. I mean, pretty good risk reward long there against that 13 wide POC in my opinion. If you pulled back to it, you get out at M's low at 39.31.50. You're risking 7 points to the downside, and then you're targeting the high a day at 61.50. So your reward is roughly 28 points higher, right? If I'm not good at math, don't judge me on my math there, but roughly 20 plus points higher if you're targeting the high a day, and if you're targeting the set of single prints, right, then your reward's even higher, right? So things like that help you kind of trade intraday. If you're a swing trader, then you're just kind of monitoring these levels to kind of see, all right, do we find acceptance above them, things of that nature. So in A period, we pushed up, took out that previous day's high. So the trend has been down. We've been taking out daily lows. Yesterday with the inside day, we did not take out the previous day's low. Today, we took out the previous day's high, meaning we put the market back into a balance. So when I say that, what I mean is when I say balance, I just mean, let me get rid of my drawings here from earlier. When I say balance, all I'm meaning is we're going to be trading in this range here from this high because the market has now been put into a balance. Be trading from that high to this low in between, right? And as you can see, price was accumulated here, volume was accumulated here. So say you're buying uh, a bunch of pizzas down here, right? Or anything else other than pizza. I'm hungry right now, so so say you're buying a bunch of things for a cheap price down here, a bunch of bicycles for cheap price, right? And you know later there's a potential for that price to come back up to the highs. So you're accumulating down here a bunch of bicycles at or around this price in this value area, and then today, because you don't think we're going to take out that low, as price began to move higher, you can begin to distribute some of that those cheap bicycles that you bought at the lows here up here. Take some off at 39.77 where the single print's filled, and then you look to get up into the upper distribution from the other day and see if you can't sell a couple bicycles that you bought down here at 39.33 and sell them up here at 4,005, right? So the daily's just in a balance. We're just in this big balance area. And then when you add in those intraday levels, you're able to see where you might find supply, where you might find sellers. And as you can see today, we did not find many buyers at a higher price. As you can see in this area, we filled the set of single prints and then backed off in D period, got to the opening, and then we were just pretty much rotational for the rest of the day. Um, and by rotational, it just means we traded at a higher value, up and down a lot. Pretty pretty good trades that I took throughout the day. I only took a few trades, not too many. Uh, Overall, a good day for me. We end the day with a 10 wide POC here at F's high at 39.6725. So with that, what that means is price traded back and forth through that area 10 out of 13 time frames. That's pretty significant. So that just means it was an attractive area where buyers and sellers were happy. So anybody that was selling up here, selling up here to bring price back down lower so they could buy it back at a cheaper price. Guess what? They did that. And anybody that was accumulating down here, like myself, because we had higher value, things market generated information was telling me we had higher value. We had taken out the previous day's high. We were in a balance. We were holding the opening. I was accumulating down here and then selling it up here at the point of control. Uh, so those are the types of trades I was taking. But obviously the sell side worked as well, as you had good risk reward here in B period, good risk reward in C, pretty decent risk reward in I period because your stop would have been up here at C. And then obviously in I period, that was one heck of a short. I even thought about taking it in J period, but I did not. I actually ended up buying later on in K against J period's low. So this 30-minute time frame, I bought in this one against it, had my stop below, and my target was up here near the point of control. I got out, I believe 62s is where I got out, and it was a good trade. I missed the long in L period against K's low. That was a good trade to come back up to that point of control. Good risk reward. You buy around 50. You say you buy around value low here at 53. You put your stop at 51. You got a 2-point risk, and your target is the point of control up here at 66. I mean, really good trades all day long. Really good opportunities all day long on a day like today where it's rotational. Um, let's see here. Overall, solid day. I took that one trade. Yeah, that was later in the day. Let's see. I think, yeah, here in G period, I took a long against D's low and the opening. I actually started the position in F period looking for an afternoon pullback low initially, because afternoon pullback low, that just means we're looking for a time frame to take out the previous time frame's low. And on a day like today, it's not textbook. Typically, you want to have a set of single prints, but when you have a buy tail, that could also subsidize and kind of make up for that. So we pulled back in G period and an F period against the open. And I started accumulating a position around 57. Then I bought some more at around 55, and then near the lows here at 54, I was buying some near the open 55, 54s, and then I had my targets set up here at 66 where the point of control was, and then I wanted to see if we could get back up to D's high, and at the time value high was up here in this range. So I was looking, I actually had one right at value high around 69, and then wanted to see if we can get up to D's high. And obviously that was a great trade. I held all the way through. I wish I would have recorded it, but I did not. You can see here I was buying uh, I got out, bought 59, 59, uh, 59.50s, and later on in 58. And then those got distributed at 72, 72, 66, 66.50. So overall, good trades on my end. Pretty solid day, cannot complain. And then I took that one long in K period, missed the one in L, and decided to call it a day. Um, but look at how, I mean, just mechanical this day is. So we filled that set of single prints with some demand. So that supply area is now gone. The daily's back into a balance. Daily is now back into a balance. We got this 13 wide POC here. There isn't much to lean on today. We end with today's high in C period at 77.25. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark these destinations, and then I'll give you my thoughts on what it could occur. By day 1208. And also we're going into the rollover period where contracts are beginning to roll over to the next month, next year. We are 10 wide here at F's high, 67.25. What am I doing here? What am I doing? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. All right. 67.25. Point of control. 10 wide. 12.08. Boom. We have an afternoon pullback low in J period. I'm calling it an afternoon pullback low because we took out previous time frames lows and then held it. K period couldn't take it out. L period couldn't take it out. And then M period, Curly, Larry, and Mo, they could not take out that previous time frames low. So that might be something we can lean on if we were to pull back into this area. So I'm going to go ahead and call this an afternoon pullback low. Pullback low. 12.08. And we'll color that green. And then we have today's low down here at 37.75. And then I'll give you my outlook for the coming days. Or coming into the end of the week, I should say. Low day. Alright, so let's condense this real quick and let's review. We have now just put ourselves into a 3-day balance, right? And I'll show you on the daily, but in this channel here, we took out this previous day's high. We're in a 3-day balance. Buyers are looking to find acceptance above this lower distribution, and then they're wanting to get acceptance into this upper distribution in from A period the other day near the highs. If we take out this high up here at 4,550, then the daily will begin to one time frame up, and you'll look to retest the 200-day moving average up there. If we do not find acceptance above the lower distribution and into the upper distribution from the other day, then you could look for us to roll over, potentially take out some previous day's lows, and then the daily will resume to one time frame down. Remember, the weekly just came back into a balance as well. So for our upside destinations, M period looks to have closed below the point of control. So as far as upside destinations go, we have today's 10 wide pocket at 39.6725, 39.7725, the high a day. Above that, we need to find acceptance, and if we do, then you look to trade up near 4,550 and potentially fill the set of single prints above at 4,625. Remember, that's a little spot where supply was still pretty strong, as the other day we pushed up into it or near it and we couldn't even take it. I mean, we got to it to tick and then backed off pretty heavily. So you can see still finding some resistance for the upside. So if we take out tomorrow's high, then you look to trade up into this upper region range. We take out, if we open up inside or above today's high and the point of control, and we do not find any acceptance in higher price, higher range from that upper distribution, then you look to roll over, trade at the 10 wide pocket at 39.6725. Test this afternoon pullback low at 39.4850, then trade at the 39.3775 level, which is near that perfect POC from the other day, and then potentially set a new low on the week as we come into tomorrow. I'm not expecting that. I'm kind of expecting us to stay in a bit of a sideways holding pattern coming into the year end, as the other time frames have pretty much just come to a standstill and a balance. Let's look at the monthly. I'll show you that. Turn the extended hours off. So monthly, we're still in a balance, right? Still trading in this very large range for the monthly at the high of 30 or 41.37.75. I'm gonna pound that into your guys' head until you understand that that's an area where pretty significant resistance is or lies, as we could not get above that area. so far this month. It's still early on, but it doesn't look like we want to. Monthly still in a balance, and then the bottom of the balance being the yearly low down here at what was that yearly low? 35.0225. Weekly, still in a balance, right? We're still in a pretty significant balance here. My mentor was saying that pretty much you should encompass this level here as the weekly low, and that will be our weekly high. That is our balance area. For me, this would be a pretty significant level here at this previous week's low at 1375. If we get below that 1375 level, then you would look to trade towards that other weekly low. But for now, if we hold it, I'm going to use this upper region as my balance area. The upper distribution, this will be my lower distribution. If we can't find acceptance up here, then you look to trade down here. And then the daily, I'm just going to leave those there for now. Show you on the daily the balance area that we have just created. So for the daily, we're in a balance in this range here, where I just marked here at the high 4005, 3-day balance, and then the low down here at 2150. So from 4005 to 39 2150 is our balance area. We're kind of in no man's land underneath the 20-day moving average, underneath the 200-day moving average. If we can't find acceptance of higher price up here, then we look to backtest the 50-day moving average at 38.51 and get into this gap that is below. And like I said, all gaps get filled. Just so happens the 50-day moving average is in that gap fill. So if you're a swing trader, we break out of this balance to the downside on the weekly. You think odds are pretty good to go get that 50-day moving average. You could swing a trade down to that area. Wouldn't be a terrible trade as it's like a 100 point range. Let me measure that real quick. I believe it's roughly 100 points, which is a good trade. Yeah, about 70 points. So not terrible trade. If you were to take a trade against that upper region, not a bad trade. And I'm gonna zoom out, and then you can see we've been holding this downtrend pattern all year long. All year long, lower highs. I'm gonna continue to pound it in. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. We have yet to find acceptance above the 200-day moving average for the entirety of this year. The only time we were was at the beginning of this year. After that, nope, no acceptance. No acceptance above this red trend down line. So it's what we're attempting to as we come into the year close. Maybe we hold in a sideways pattern on the weekly, the monthly, and the daily coming into the end of the year. Santa Claus rally put on pause, and then we look to potentially set new lows coming into the new year. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know these videos are long. If you made it to the end, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something. If not, leave a comment below. Let me know what I can explain better. And once again, I do plan on making a video on the terminology that I use, kind of give you guys some examples. So I'll plan on making that this Saturday and see about putting it out maybe Sunday. So hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.